here's Brody Brazil.
A quick public service announcement. I do realize there are still some new videos coming out with my old YouTube voicemail number on them, the 510 number. Don't call that one anymore. Instead, make the switch, make the change right now to this number. Put it in your phone, save it, or hopefully it's just easier to remember. 833-4Brody. And the idea is still the same. If you've got something that's on your mind, you want to get something off your chest, if you've got a thought or a rant or an idea for a video you think I should do, I make it simple. Call in anytime, again, 24/7. Say your name, say where you're calling from, and just get right to it. I love the voicemails I've been getting. I definitely want to do more of this. Now, I don't use all of the voicemails on videos. I only take the very best ones. I do listen to most of them, but I thought this one was worth a reply.
Hey, Brody, I'm Benjamin, and I'm from Houston, Texas. What advice would you give someone looking into getting into the sports media world in general, especially the broadcasting side? All right, thanks. Love the show.
All right, Benjamin, thanks so much for the call. It always amazes me that people are watching from across the country. Glad to have you on board from Houston, Texas. If you had asked me this question 10 years ago, I would have given you completely different advice. And that's because I've learned a little bit more, but most importantly, the business of sports broadcasting continues to change, continues to evolve at a rapid pace. I'm not even sure, honestly, what the foundations are anymore. Pre-game shows are different. Post-game shows are different. Highlight shows besides SportsCenter barely exist anymore. Radio shows look and sound a lot different. They're multi-platform. It is safe to say that streaming and YouTube and social platforms and the internet audience has totally changed. And just the idea of content has totally changed the ambitions of what everybody is doing in the sports broadcasting world. I don't know that game broadcasts have changed that much. Like if you're a play-by-play announcer or if you're an analyst on a sports broadcast, that has largely been similar across the decades, but pretty much everything else in the industry is a lot different than it ever used to be. But if you're asking me, what would I do here in 2025? I would start yesterday. As in, get yourself on YouTube, start a channel, get some reps in, figure out what you want to talk about. I understand that you're thinking, well, I don't really have an idea of what to do. That's part of the challenge of being a broadcaster half the time. If you have a radio show, let's go to that medium, that platform for a second. If you're on the air 3 hours a day on the radio, Monday through Friday with your show, how do you fill your show? It's not so much even the execution of, all right, we've got this topic, we're going to have this conversation, or I'm going to interview that person. Half the battle sometimes is figuring out what's relevant, what's interesting, maybe the position that you have on it or the insight you have that leads you to a position on that topic. Half the battle is generating and producing the relevant thoughts that need to be passed along here. A lot of it should come from observation. I'm not here to say that inventing content is ever a great idea. If you're just masterminding something up in your own brain and spitting it out, well, if it's relevant and it's timely and if there's something to it, but generally, it's reacting to a situation, using your instinct to react to a situation. But it's the repetition, right? And studying your own game tape. A lot of people might think, ooh, that's pretty vain to be going back and watching your live stream or watching a quick video you did. Don't athletes do it? Don't they go back on their third quarter performance or their second at bat or third and long in the second quarter, and we'll see what the coverage was on that pass route. My point is, athletes do it. Broadcasters should as well too. Be your own harshest critic. Save your game tape, study your game tape, figure out what others are doing well, what you like what you did, what you don't like what you did, and move from there. Also, don't think or decide on things from the past. My point is, don't try and be like a broadcaster from the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. It's very important that you capture current trends and see where things are going, not where they've been. If you're making career decisions on 10 years ago, how are things going to look in another 5 to 10 years? Think about what's ahead. How are you consuming sports media? And then go to those spaces. Don't go to where things have been. Go to, obviously, where they're going. And last but not least here, Benjamin, I would just say, expect competition. Expect barriers. Expect things that are hard and conversations that are feel like they're impossible to have, or you can't reach somebody, or you just can't break through the door. It's not going to be easy, especially at first. As you gain traction, as you gain some time and some connections in the industry, things do get easier. You just simply know more people. You also know how to handle more situations. But it's tough at first. And it's tough right now because nobody exactly knows the fundamentals of the business anymore. Nobody knows the foundations of the business anymore. It's kind of so wild and crazy. And there's a lot more voices in the conversation right now with anybody can have their own show and YouTube channel and podcast. So things are a little bit segmented and crazy right now in our world. It's really hard for me to offer great advice anymore. Besides the basics, get on there, start making videos, right? Content on a regular basis. That's going to be the hard part. Repetition is what matters most. If you're trying to build muscle mass, don't ask me about that, but I would think that lifting weights once is not going to do the job. Lifting weights one day every other week, not going to do the job. You probably need to lift lighter weights, but do it a lot more frequently, and that's going to give you the definition you want. Same thing in broadcasting. Repetition, YouTube is free. I guarantee you, if you've got one of these in your pocket, you pretty much have enough to start your own YouTube channel. You don't need all the lights and bells and whistles and all this stuff. If you've got something, or a wireless mic, or a ring light, whatever you have, I guarantee that'll be great. But you can't not start right now. The door is open for anybody and everybody on these platforms. It's where I'm at with you right now. You can also be here too. Don't worry about subscribers. Don't worry about followers or views. Just do your thing. Feel it out. Get comfortable with it. I guarantee you when that first real big step comes along, you'll be ready for it. Good luck, Benjamin. Hey, let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Thumbs up also down there helps me, the video, and the channel. And don't forget to subscribe or call in when something's on your mind, 833-4Brody.